Hi, my name is Chris. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing CSS Battle Daily Target for June 17th, 2025. Alright, so the first thing I always do when I'm doing a CSS Battle is figure out how many elements we're going to need. So it looks like we're going to need one for this giant box, and then one for this row, one for this row. So it's 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we've got 6 elements here, and these will have the same selectors because they're identical. So will 2 containers for these 3. So let's set that up. Create a div, and I use attributes to target my elements. I'll show you what I mean once we get to the styles. And I just label my attributes as letters of the alphabet. This helps on cutting down the amount of code you write, which will give you a higher score in CSS Battle. Alright, so this A is this giant box. This A is going to be the top row. And then we need 3 elements inside of it. And then one more row with 3 elements inside of it. So now we can make both these containers B because they are identical, and then C, D, C is how we're going to label these elements because the C's are all identical, and then we get the same thing down here. Alright, so let's get into the styles, I should say. First thing I'm going to do is handle all the background colors. So we're going to start with the body, and this is also going to be element D. So again, I'm using the straight brackets to target these elements in my CSS as attributes to cut down the amount of code that I'm writing to increase my score. Not necessarily a best practice, but it works for this. Alright, and that's all we're going to do for background now because yeah, you'll see why in a second. Alright, so now let's look at element A. Or before we do that, sorry. Before we do that, we're going to do the body. And we're going to get it a display of flex. We're going to get everything in the middle. So we're going to use justify content center and align items center. Okay, so now we're going to go to element A. And I'd say it's probably about 200 pixels. And then this is probably about 80. And it's got a background of this grayish color. Let's see if I get it. Beautiful, right on. Alright, so then we're going to make this a display of flex direction of column. And I'm going to put everything in the center and then use a gap to move it, to spread it apart a little bit. So we're going to say justify content, center, align items, center, and I'm going to guess that it's a gap of maybe 60 pixels. We'll be able to see it yet, but alright. And then we're going to go to element B, which is the wrapper for each of these rows. And this is going to simply be display flex with a gap of, again, I think it's 20 pixels. All right. So now we're going to start, well, actually, these are all the same size. So what we can do is just target both of them, and I'm going to say it's got a width of 80 and maybe a height of 40. And that is not correct. Width of 40. Yep. And then a height of 20. Look at that. We're perfect. And finally, we just need letter C and give that a background color. So I guess we ended up doing it that way. Anyways. And looks like it's perfect. Alright, so the last thing I always do once I got it is I get rid of all, I already got rid of the comments down here, get rid of that, and then we get rid of all the white space. So I just highlight that white space, and then on Mac, Command D will highlight all the following white space, and I get the divs first, delete it, get the div, and the style on the same line. See, we're at 550 characters. We're going to keep doing this. You'll see the character count go way down, and this will increase your score. So 550 there. Down 429 characters. So big difference. And we're going to submit it. .100% match. Beautiful. All right, that's all for today. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe to my channel. We'll see you again real soon.